I hate to even make this video, but it is what it is, so I'm just gonna shoot. And I feel like so many of you are invested in my journey over the last 5 years, so I think it's only fair to share this with you guys. But man, I'm just beyond devastated right now. I don't even know what to think or what to even do at this point, but I'm gonna have to go fight a battle for the third time, and it's caught me completely by surprise. I didn't expect this at all, and I felt like I was doing everything right. You know, I was in a good spot only 5 months ago, and now here we are having to square up once again and go fight tooth and nail. So, yeah, I know it'll all work out fine, but yeah, I don't even know why these things have to happen and why I'm put in this position a third time in 5 years. Like, it's obviously not fair. The world's never fair, but shit, like, don't you think I've been through enough? Yeah, it was like 5 months ago. I was finishing up treatments, or I was just doing like maintenance treatments, and I had all my scans done, all my blood work done, and everything was perfect back in March. And then end of May, literally the day after the contest ended, I had some symptoms start coming up, and I thought it was just the virus I was dealing with. It was pretty nasty for a bit. I ended up getting Bell's palsy, and half of my face was paralyzed for about a month, and I was stuck in bed for the majority of the last 3 months. And I had been doing blood work the whole time, and everything looked good. And then, boom, like 2 weeks ago, I started dropping, blood counts, and I knew pretty quickly what was going on. And so I just started fighting like I do. Been doing everything at home, all the therapies I've been doing at home, and the local resources I have to try to put a stop to this as soon as I can. And um, I honestly, I don't feel terrible, but I know, if I don't act quickly and aggressively, it's not going to be good. So I'm headed to Mexico in a couple days from now to knock this out. But yeah, this is the third time. I'm not 100% certain it's a relapse of what I dealt with before, which is leukemia. Um, for you guys that haven't followed it, I was diagnosed with leukemia in 2018, and then I went the route here in the States and didn't really recover that well. I just never got back to my normal self, and then it came back a couple years later, and then I went out of country to Mexico to treat it, and it worked really well, and I was able to make 100% recovery last time, and everything has been just perfect since then. And then boom, it just out of the blue came back. So no matter what it is, if it's leukemia or something similar, it doesn't really matter to me at this point. I know there's something I need to battle, and I just got to go square up head on with it. So that's what we're gonna do. Um, yeah, honestly, I'm freaking lost right now. Like, I feel like I did everything right. I did more than what they recommended. I was going for follow-up treatments every 6 months when they recommended every year. I bought all this equipment for home to maintain, what I was doing at home, and then change our entire lifestyle over. My wife and I literally flipped our house over like upside down and just revisited literally everything from cleaning solutions to shampoos, bed sheets, laundry soap, like literally everything, clothes I wear, the paint on the walls, the flooring in the house, the wiring, like the Wi-Fi, like I'm not kidding you. Like we went through everything. Anything that could have been a contributing factor to me getting sick, we thought it through. And yet here we are again, and it makes no sense to me. So anyways, the plan is go to Mexico, knock this out, come back, and I'm just gonna have to sit down and figure out what's going on. Like maybe there's something more to it. Maybe I'm missing something. There's probably, I don't know, there's always more to learn and more to improve on. But I don't know. Like what the bummer part for me is I've given up so much life in the last 5 years. Like honestly, dude, I just want to freaking work on bikes, hang out with my kid, hang out with my wife, and I've unfortunately just so much of that has been given up, especially the bike side of it. Like in the last 5 years, I barely touched bikes. That's my entire life. I've grown up working on bikes and um, doing everything in the shop, and I've unfortunately that's gone. I've had to give that up in the short term to try to stay healthy, and it seems fruitless, but I don't know. I'm willing to go to any length to be healthy, and yet here I am. Like I don't know. But anyways, I think we'll find a way. There's always a way. I thought I had the best people in the world working on my case, um, outside the country and here locally, and I've spent the last 5 years reading book after book after book and researching and trying to dial everything in. And I feel like I felt like I was at my best 5 months ago, but I think there's obviously a few components I'm missing, and there's a few things that come to mind is like the amount of workload and the amount of stress I put on my shoulders is not good, and that's something I'm gonna have to change up as well. I've just taken on so much over the last 10 years between the channel, working on bikes, business, the contest, and then managing my health. And then you add in other just life obligations with a family and, things in community, and, the list goes on. And unfortunately, some of those areas I'm going to have to give up. If I'm going to have to stay healthy, some of them have to go. So the first thing that's going is the contest. Unfortunately, that's really what I feel like contributed this time was literally the day after the contest, I just felt broken, like physically. The amount of work to put that contest on is insane, and I love doing it, but yeah, that really broke me this year physically, and now I'm paying the price for it. And so that's going, and we're just going to sit down and go through everything and try to find a way to reduce the workload and the amount of stress I put on myself to perform at a high level. And just, I hate to say it, but clearly my body just can't keep up with what I'm trying to do in life. And it's a tough pill to swallow, but I mean, shoot, I'm 30 years old. I got a lot of life ahead of me. I have a kid and a wife to be here to support, and I can't keep driving myself into the dirt like this. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to all of you to have to watch me go through this, but just the reality of like, I guess my aspirations are bigger than my body's ability to handle it. Just fucked. Like, I want to live a full productive life and do all the stuff I want to do, but this is by no means me just giving up and quitting. You know, I'm gonna find a way to manage it all in the future and, come out on top and still be able to do the things I like to do in life, but just maybe a few adjustments here and there. It's a really hard thing to digest, but I guess if I had anything to say to you guys is like, you got to be careful. Like, if you wear yourself out down like I've done, it's really hard to recover from that. And here I am 5 years completely immersed in trying to be healthy, trying to get my health back. When if I would have just managed things better from a young age, like I started in business at 12 years old. I started working on bikes around 12. I've been around chemicals from 12 to 25 and I didn't know better to protect myself. And now here I am just getting absolutely punished by those terrible habits and mistakes I made when I was younger. So that's one thing I could share with you guys is like, be careful with that. Like, it'll bite you at some point. And maybe I could be the example for that, of what not to do. Like, I remember when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, like working until 2 a.m. and then getting up at 6 and doing it all over again. Just because I loved it so much. I love working on bikes and I would do anything. I would give up anything to do that. And unfortunately, I gave up my health, and that's just the reality of it. So anyways, don't feel bad for me. A lot of it's self-induced, and I'm finding ways to reverse all the damage I've done. And it wasn't obviously intentional, but I'll find a way and I'll come out on top and be better. But if you guys want to help in any way, just send a prayer, man. That's more than enough. Just, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted, but I'm sure, obviously my plan is to have a quick turnaround. We'll see how that goes, but I think it'll be a pretty quick turnaround, and things will be better, be on a good track in just a couple weeks here. So I'll keep you guys posted. But anyways, thank you for even caring to watch this. Just hate to bring you bad news, but it's just the reality of it. So anyways, I'll catch you guys later.